Thanks for joining me today, everyone. I guess being married to a Filipina, it can have its challenges, and a lot of those challenges can be around money. Now we've done a couple of videos around this topic, but I just want to give a more broad overview. So we spoke about supporting the parents. We did a video around that, and also we did a video around what to do when siblings may ask for money. And of course you can't be always giving to everybody, but the issue that needs to be discussed straight up, I guess, when you first get together and it's becoming serious and you're talking about marriage and all that sort of thing, and you're at that serious point, and then what's the expectations around money and sending that to who in the Philippines? Is it fair and reasonable to meet every request that comes in? And I don't think people understand when they first marry a Filipina, or not many people understand at least, that you can get a lot of requests, and those requests can be quite overwhelming, and it can get you quite upset because you start to think that you're being treated more like a bank, a free lending bank, rather than part of a new family sometimes. Now that's not always the case, but sometimes that can happen when you get one request after the other. And to be honest, you need to discuss these things up front early in the relationship. What's to be expected, who you're going to help, and how much you're going to help. Work it in with your budget. As I said in a previous video, work it in with your budget. Don't leave yourself short, but help where you can. Again, yes, the parents, there is an obligation that that your Filipina will have towards the parents, and if she can't help them, she's going to feel very bad within herself that she can't do that. So that's an important one, and I think that's got to be a given. Everything else is around what you can afford to do and on a case-by-case basis. So when you get the aunties and uncles and nephews and nieces and all these sorts of people asking for money, which happens sometimes, I don't think it's all that regular, especially as the relationship goes on and you've been with that person for quite a few years. They start to understand a little bit more that you're not there just to hand out money left, right and centre, but you've got to put those ground rules in place, and you've got to stick by them. And yes, if case by case basis, to have a talk with your Filipino about whether or not you can afford to help there, how much you can afford to help. Maybe you can afford a little bit, maybe you can give them what they're asking, or maybe you can't afford it all. But you've got to work that out together. The way we send money back to the Philippines when we need to is we use Western Union. I've looked at All But Remit and a couple of others, and I've never found them as easy to use as I do a Western Union. Now we don't get anything for promoting Western Union, so other people do different things, Forex money, whatever, and that's fine. But I'm just giving you advice on what I find easiest to do, and I've been using Western Union pretty much for the last few years. And as a result, you do get discounts on your fees when you send money over there. So, and it's very easy to use, and I find that very handy. And the money can be collected in the Philippines after just 5 or 10 minutes of sending it. So, and it's widely available. Western Union in the Philippines is widely available to access for people. They just need their ID. So like a photo ID or some sort of ID with their name, address, whatever, as it is in the details that you send through Western Union. You get given a tracking number, and you give that to the person who's picking it up. They take their ID with the tracking number, and they then get the money. And so it can happen very quickly. As I say, literally within 10 or 15 minutes, they've got the money. So I find that very, very handy and good to do. So, but I hope this has helped a little bit. Just don't get railroaded into handing money over left, right and centre, and then you start looking at it and realise you haven't got anything left and you've made all these commitments to give people money. That's not a possibility. They're going to start resenting the people for that, and you don't want that to happen. So be smart about it and talk to your partner or wife and work out together what you're able to do, and then case by case basis. Alright, thanks guys very much. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below, and I'd like to hear your comments on this actually, like if you've gone through the same thing and how you've dealt with it. Did you discuss this with your partner or wife prior to getting married, or at what point did you discuss it? And who do you actually help in the Philippines? Do you help the parents? Do you help the brothers, sisters whenever they ask for it, or is it a very strictly case by case basis, as in our case? I guess it all depends on your circumstances, how much money you earn, whether it's a high income, low income, medium income, whatever. Alright, so put those comments down, and of course share the video around to people who would like to see this, and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thanks very much for watching guys. Take care. Bye for now.